Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm glad you made it. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert and a shiatsu massage therapist, but I specialize in helping women who are narcissistic and toxic relationships. I teach them how their body works, why it works that way, and how to hack into it, how to sidestep the years of therapy and working with a specialist and the latest science on body mind medicine, on what they call energy psychology, is a way that we work with the nervous system in order to bypass the trauma that keeps us getting hijacked by a narcissist. So there's actually a shortcut that you didn't realize existed, and many cultures knew existed, and they passed it down generation to generation. But as we got into Western culture and the world changed, a lot of these medicines kind of got buried. They weren't as important. They didn't have the same status as Western medicine. And they're starting to come back up. And they are super effective for dealing with trauma, super effective for dealing with living with a narcissist or having a relationship with the narcissist, because they help you take a shortcut to healing that doesn't take years or decades of therapy. It doesn't take court orders. I mean, it doesn't require a lot. And when you start understanding how you actually work, you're able to stand up to a narcissist without having all of your own trauma and all of your issues kind of brought to the surface. You learn how to stay present, which is what all that self-help stuff has told you. All the things around meditation have told you, Buddhism, Hay House, all of it. They've always said, these are the principles you should have, but you weren't able to do them because your body kept freaking out. Your body kept hijacking you and making you feel out of control, just like when you were small and you were helpless. So I work with a lot of people who are either considering getting rid of a narcissist. They've been with them for decades, maybe, or they have a pattern of narcissistic relationships. Women who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, but they've been through life a little bit. They're past the pop psychology. They're past all the polarization. You just want to have a nice life, and you're ready to claim that life. Maybe your kids are grown. Or you're looking at retirement, or your kids are young and you're ready to save them from a lifetime of misery. Women find me, or they find me as they're going through a divorce, or they find me after they've had a divorce and they find they still have the same challenges, but they want a new relationship. They'd like to not be alone for the rest of their life. Or women who are in new challenging relationships because they're on a spiritual path and they're looking to do relationship in the healthiest, most evolutionary way that they can. So those are the women that tend to find me. And they've had lots of experience with a narcissist blowing their top and manipulating them and creating crises. Typically, if there isn't a crisis going on, then a narcissist will need to create one, whether it's over the thermostat, whether it's over where you parked the car, whether it's that dinner was 5 minutes late. A narcissist is someone who creates a lot of drama around them, partially because it keeps them from feeling overwhelmed and out of control of their own internal experiences. Most people who are narcissists, they've got a couple problems going on. And one of the problems is there's usually some underlying physical thing that makes them very uncomfortable, that makes it hard for them to stay calm and regulated. It could be ADD, ADHD, bipolar, or it could be just where they're at on the spectrum. They could be someone has more of a highly sensitive nervous system, or they could be someone who's more autistic or Asperger's. But either way, it's kind of on the edges. It's on the sides, and it makes them very uncomfortable. If you add on trauma, which you are very familiar with as an empath, if you add on trauma, then it makes them explosive. It makes them very rational. It makes you think that you need to walk on eggshells. It makes them unpredictable. It makes them, very difficult and hard to be in a relationship with, because they're constantly reacting to their trauma, and they're in a constant reactionary state. Now you probably came just from trauma, and you're like, yeah, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, yeah, I can help them through this. They had a hard time. I got through this. It's going to be okay. One of the pieces that you're missing is the underlying physiology of narcissism, which can be that nervous system dysregulation, nervous system overwhelm. Now, you know what dysregulation looks like because you've been in the position of freaking out. You've been in the position of feeling like you're going to pee yourself, or you're going to puke, or you're going to, you need to punch somebody, or you want to run away. You know exactly what that feels like. A narcissist keeps dragging you into their nervous system, which is very dysregulated, very out of time. It's in fight or flight. So with that said, when a narcissist is flipping their lid or blowing their top, it's happening not because of something you actually did. It's happening because there was something that caused their nervous system to dysregulate. Their stress level got too high. And when they're looking at you, typically they don't see you. They don't see you, the empath, the caring, loving human being that you are that wants the best for them. They see you, an enemy, a person who's out to get them, the person who they're vulnerable enough to that you can trigger them over and over and over, the person that they can't allow themselves to trust because you're too close, the person that they can't allow themselves to really relax with because they're too vulnerable to you. You have too much weight, you carry too much power over them. And in fact, the more power that you have and the less power a narcissist has, the more out of control and dysregulated they feel. That's why things like no contact can be very tricky, because if you've got a narcissist who's constantly on edge, then this could push them over the edge. And that's why a lot of women at this stage in life are hesitant to serve divorce papers. Maybe they think, I can hack this, I can control this. But you don't need to. You don't have to. And if you do decide to stay, and many women do for good reasons, you need to learn how to handle being in a narcissist codependent relationship where you don't end up destroyed. So when a narcissist is having their blow up because you got home late and they're accusing you of doing something on the side or lying to them or cheating on them, while at the same time they're doing that to you and accusing you of all those things, it's really because their stress level is too much for their nervous system and they don't have control over their nervous system. And this is how they've always handled it. They learn that if they explode, if they control, if they manipulate, if they lie, then they will feel better because they think by controlling you, it will make them feel better, or by blowing up, it will make them feel better. So on a subconscious level, narcissists are always kind of like sharks looking for prey. And when you give them an opening, their nervous system just naturally attacks. So any sort of question that they have around you, or anything that's out of the ordinary, or something they don't understand, or something they even just don't like, they're going to assume that you're doing it to them because their nervous system is triggering. And who triggered it? In their mind, it was you. You triggered it because you came home late. You triggered it because dinner wasn't ready. You triggered it because you're not okay with the fact that they're screaming at you. You triggered it because you stayed in the bathroom too long. To them, they see you as the cause of all of their pain and all of their misery, and hence why they're screaming at you. So when a narcissist is screaming at you or yelling at you or fighting with you, they don't see you. They don't see you. They see a metaphor. They see an idea. They see their abuser. They see someone who can hurt them. They see someone who is weak. They see someone who is manipulative. They see what they're most afraid of. They don't see you. And if they've had things in their life that they've been afraid of, then that's what they see when they look at you. They don't see you. the caring, loving human being. They see you, the person who caused them to remember that they can't trust anybody and that the world is a dangerous, bad place. That's what they see. So I want you to keep this in mind the next time a narcissist is attacking you, verbally or emotionally. I want you to remember they aren't talking to you. They don't even see you. They don't even know who you are. All they see is their suffering and their pain and their feeling of being out of control. And when you learn how to regulate your nervous system, then you can stand and be proud and strong and have self-respect, even in the most difficult of circumstances, even when it's hard. You're able to respect yourself and keep yourself from feeling crazy, because that's the only way to really get out of these dynamics. It's not about controlling the other person, which is where a narcissist gets stuck and lost, because they think the only way they're going to feel better is by controlling you. And you're learning that the only way to feel better is by managing your nervous system. So if you feel stuck, if you're ready to move on, if you're a successful woman who's been in a narcissistic relationship for way too long, go to inspiremassage.com, soon to be ritahickmancoaching.com, and look for the one-on-one coaching packages we do, the group programs. It doesn't take long to start changing how you relate to the world. It doesn't take long at all. You just have to learn the right tools in the right way at the right time. And you have all the right tools already, and we can give you a few more and then help you understand the timing, help you understand how it fits in, and start applying what you know to be true to your life accurately and efficiently, instead of just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it works. Okay? Because it doesn't have to be that way anymore. They've done a lot of research on trauma. They know a lot about how the brain and body is working, and a lot about how to reverse it. You don't have to guess anymore. Emotions aren't something vague and wiggly. Emotions have some concrete physiological science behind them, and we learned how to work with it. It's been secret knowledge. Absolutely, it's been secret knowledge, but it's time to get it out into the world, okay? So I hope you have a great Friday, a great weekend. If you're struggling, go to inspiremassage.com. You'll find resources to help you with struggling. Go to our Facebook page, Narcissist Healers for Peace, or Rita Hickman, and you'll see these live streams every day, and you will be able to start reversing your own trauma and start learning how to live in the most healthy, loving way that you can, to be the highest version of yourself that you can. So crazy enough, you can walk that spiritual path by learning how to manage your body. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye.